Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing great. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Find Ways to Win. I'm your host, Fitzgerald Stevens. Just want to talk to you briefly about a very, very powerful subject. Your words have power. Yes, your words have power. It might add to that, your words have power, especially when it relates to you. Words are creative forces. It's words are energy. If anything we learn often that what you say matters. But speech is so important that it can create, it can destroy, it can stagnate, it can release, it can do so many things. And we look at situations about what people are saying over themselves, how people are pronouncing decrees over their lives and either other people's lives, be it their children or their spouses, their employees, or their businesses. It doesn't make a difference. Words can affect both tangible and intangible things. It can affect stagnating things. It can affect things in motion. I was having this conversation with a lady today, and happened to walk in, and she was actually in the midst of counting some income, and she made the statement and saying, "I hate money." I froze in my tracks, and I immediately turned around and I said, "Be very, very careful. Don't ever say that. What you are simply saying is that you're saying, I don't ever want to have money. I want to be broke. I want to always struggle. I don't want good things in life. Because I just want money to continue to run away from me. I just want to be broke, never really have enough." And she stopped to think about what I was saying, and I further continue. You know, God, who is a spirit, the Most High is a spirit. It says that whatever God says when he began his creation process, he said, whatever he says came to be. The first thing that we have recorded with the Most High speaking is, "Let there be light," and all of a sudden light came. And he started talking about trees and the water separating from the earth and the fowls of the air being created and every creeping thing. And then everything he said, it happens. The sun by day, the moon by night. Okay, so catch this. And then it went down to explain what he said. Let us make man, and let us make man in our image. Stop. We know that God is a spirit. And the Bible tells us that, or the Holy Text tells us that. And when it said, "Let us create it to our image," he's not necessarily talking about two legs, two arms, a face, eyes, physical body. He's not necessarily talking about that. When he said image, he is talking about our ability to use words like he does, our ability to speak, to create, to speak and bring things back, bring things by that we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely critical. How many times have we have talked to ourselves and talked ourselves into good things or talked ourselves into bad things? How many times have we spoken over something, and it happened? How many times have we been the encourager of ourselves using great words and I feel good about my life and I feel great about where I'm going, and it changed our whole disposition for the better, as opposed to, man, I don't know where I'm going, and it don't seem like nothing working out, and all of a sudden that happens. I used to be involved with an insurance company shortly in my insurance career, and it was started by a great motivator, W. Clement Stone. So he used to own the Combined Insurance. But the man literally believed in PMA, we call it positive mental attitude. And we would go to the office building, and we would have a saying. We would get up and chant this, not chant it, just say it over itself. I feel healthy, I feel happy, I feel terrific. I feel healthy. I feel happy. I feel terrific. I feel healthy. I feel happy. I feel terrific. Now, when you first start saying that, if you're not used to if you're not used to exercising like that, it sounds weird. It feels weird. But after a while, you keep saying it, and you start feeling the power of it. Especially when you're around other people and they're reinforcing that all to like one accord. You start feeling the strength of it. You really do start to feel healthy, happy, and terrific. What's the alternative? I feel lousy. I feel tired. I feel defeated. No, words mean something. Words are nothing but spiritual energy. They are creative forces, and it's best time that we better learn how to use those to our benefits. Hey, if we're going to be talking all the time and we're going to be communicating with people, why don't we communicate? Why don't we communicate in positive, affirming, uplifting, appeasing manners, as opposed to talking about how gloom and doom it is, and talking about the economy, and talking about how broke it is, and talking about how we never can achieve our goal, and talking about all our failures, and talking about all our regrets? What good does that do? If we have the ability to speak with this little instrument in our mouth called the tongue, let's use it. Let's use it for our benefit. I want you to really consider and really put in a strong effort and massive action towards changing your speech. Now, some of you are already on the right path to that, and this would be an actual reinforcement. Some of you need to get on the right path. Some of you guys really need to stop talking sickness, stop talking doom, stop talking to Republicans, Libertarians, or Democrats. Stop talking in terms of hate and bitterness and decisiveness. Some of you really need to start talking victory over your life, where you want to go, what you want to be, what you're going to see, who you're going to be with, how things are going to come alive for you. You need to start doing this right early in the morning. You need to start making these affirmations in the morning. See, making these affirmations in the morning, which is a critical time, because the morning sets your rudder. The morning is the rudder for the day. It sets your direction for the day. You ought to get up with a thankful spirit and bless the Most High and be thankful for what He has done for you and giving you His breath to breathe on His earth, and just have it one more day of life. You know how many people are sitting around in hospitals or the trauma centers who would love just to have the ability like you have, just to say thank you, to be grateful for the position that you think is so terrible in. Man, you got to start speaking differently. Your speech is gonna determine your actions. You have to talk yourself into greatness. Of course, you often hear me say, and I don't apologize on this stream, but we're using massive action to bring things to pass. You have to put massive action, but how are you going about your day? I mean, and that's another thing. It's not just you talking to yourself like in the morning or Pacific time. You got to talk to yourself all the time, even if you're talking under your breath. If you're one of those people who are blessed to be in a sales position or positions where you have very little supervision, you spend a lot of time riding in your vehicles, you spend a lot of time flying or traveling, or you spend a lot of time doing independent work. You have a privilege to be able to talk constantly to yourself in ways that are going to produce greatness. Do you know, husband, you could actually speak over your wife positive things and it will come to pass because you're in authority. Do you know, wife, you can actually go and speak positive things over your husband and your children because you're in authority. Teacher, you can speak positive things over your students, and they will become those things to what you say because you have authority. Be careful with your words. Don't just say, I just said something and it really doesn't count. It does count. You have, how many times have you heard people use loose lips? I feel sick. God, man, that tickled me to death. I could have fell over and died when they said that. I don't do that, and I certainly don't recommend it, because what you're putting out there in the atmosphere will return. Will return. I look at things like saying, hey, like God's word does. He said, so shall my word be. It will not return to be void. It will accomplish the things that I sent it to. Well, once again, if we are created in his image, if we are, well, aren't our words just as powerful? Does not the same principle apply to us who has been made in the Most High's image? You gotta be focused on that. You got to catch yourself. You got to discipline your speech. Now, you got to discipline, and the speech becomes disciplined by disciplining your heart. Whatever in your heart is going to come out of your mouth. So it starts right here, getting your heart right, getting your heart focused, getting your mind set on positive things, getting your mind set on things that you want to happen in your life. Say only what you want. That's the rule of thumb. Say only what you want. Now, don't go out there and try to curse people. Don't go out there and try to speak ill over people, because you know what? That's going to come back to you. But if you start speaking blessings over your life and blessings over other people's life, whether in liking them ain't got nothing to do with it. You start doing that stuff, you know what? Guess what? Good things are going to come back to you. The universe is listening. The earth is listening. Everything has a voice. Everything has a voice. Everything. Or should I say everything has ears? That'd be more appropriate, saying everything has ears. Things can hear. It's up to you to declare out of your mouth what you want. Now, this is a key component of goal setting. I've spoken on the stream about times about writing the goal down. I've spoken over this stream about, hey, the importance of having massive action. Those two are very, very important. What's equally important? The speaking it, this constantly speaking, hearing yourself say that goal, say that accomplishment, say what you want, hearing yourself. Sometimes you just can't think it. You got to actually speak it. And when you speak it, the heavens and the universe, they said, we heard it. I mean, we hear that. Okay, let's line up and start causing it to come into pass what he said. Don't ask me to explain that. I truly believe that. I've walked in that. I've seen my words create both good and not so good in my life. I've been wise with my words. I've been foolish with my words. Be careful that you don't get into anger, so you don't let your emotion rule you, especially anger, or you're easily offended. You speak out something in a moment of anger or offense. That is not good. That is not good. The words are like seeds. The universe and your universe and what you target with your words is like the soil. Now, the soil is a very interesting component within itself. Now, the soil job is to open up the seed that you put into it. So it doesn't care if you plant mango trees or nightshade poison. It's gonna decode that seed, and it's gonna say, I guess he really meant to plant good fruit. But that's what he meant. But the seed I have is saying, poison ivy. Okay, so what do? We produce the poison ivy. The soil produces what you plant. The seeds are your words, what you're saying, and especially if you're saying it with conviction and belief, that has to mix together. And pretty soon you're going to start seeing these things sprout up. So don't sprout up. So don't be confused, and please don't get it misinformed that you start seeing fruit in your life or the results of your speech. Please don't sit up there and say, where did that come from anymore? I don't know what happened. I don't understand this. You planted it. You planted it. Now, there's a whole lot I can go into on a moment with this stream, but I will give you some. Let's just say if someone someone, unfortunately, you have been the recipient of someone speaking bad words over you, especially if it's someone you cared about, maybe old wounds from a parent or a school teacher, and those words still sting you to the day, and they can alter your life if you allow it to, or they can or they can send you a direction you never thought you would do. Now, if someone speaks ill over you, in the old vernacular, even the new vernacular out there, they would call that a curse. If it's good words, they would call it a blessing. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the someone speaks ill words, or what you would consider a curse or bad ominous things like that. You know what your job is to do? Your job is to reverse it. How do you reverse it, Fitzgerald? You simply cancel that out. Whatever was spoken over you, then you reverse, and after you reverse, you replace. You start speaking what you want your life to line up with. It's really is that simple. It really is that simple. And once again, this is not substitute for doing the work. This is not substitute for getting out there and being having your plan. And this is not substitute for you having your goal. But you have better learn to say what you want. And you assert, and if you don't know what you want, and you don't really know the right things to say, I suggest you don't say anything at all. No, how many times have we thought about a person and we said, "Man, I haven't seen. I would like to see this individual. I like to go. I like to go see this family member. I like to see my friend and stuff. And it's going to be nice. I'm going to see him one day." And all of a sudden, it happens. All of a sudden, it happens. Gradually, it happens. How many times have we been spoke about a song? I did this a couple of times throughout my life. A couple of weeks ago, to be example, I was talking to someone about a song, and I said, "Man, this is a song. I need to remember the artist." I said, "It's gonna come to me." And shortly thereafter, even something like a day, this thing, it came to me. All of a sudden the song came in it and the artist came up there. Why? My words called it. Oh, sure, I was familiar with the song. I've heard the song, but my words made a demand on my memory bank to go out there and search and find what I was looking for. I used to use this in college. I used to use this when I'm building business. When I try to grow my business, I have a referral based business that I can get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you'd like to know about that, go on my YouTube page and click on the website and get some information. You can actually join for free for that. But and I say that is growing. That's happening. God is bringing the people I need to grow the business. He's giving me good success. I have a thriving, expanding global team. I say it and I speak it, and I know it's going to come to pass, and it's already begun to come to pass. I say, you know what? My body's going to get in shape. My body is going to be whole. I'm going to get back to my playing weight. I'm going to be muscular. I'm going to be lean. I'm going to be cut. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to have breath. I'm going to, and I have it. Now that didn't mean I had not. That didn't mean, even though I was sitting up here talking about it, that didn't exonerate me for getting in the gym. That didn't exonerate me for going out and lifting my bike. That didn't exonerate me for cutting back on my cigars and everything else. That didn't exonerate me from having healthy habits. That didn't stop me from, hey, you know what? I need to quit eating after 7 p.m. and quit drinking liquids after 8:30. PM. I still had to put the discipline in, but it started with the words, and the words just reinforce it. The words reinforce it. You wake up through the middle of the night sometimes, go into Thanksgiving, go into prayer, go into your affirmations. You're waking up at a certain time. That's a call. That's a call for a higher purpose to you. Start praying, start giving thanks, start speaking your destiny. You can speak your destiny into existence. You really can. Your words will paint a picture. Your words are like a paintbrush, and painting on the canvas of your life, and then you send the colors, and you send the vividness of it, and by saying what you want, believe in what you say. Ask, believe, receive. I used to teach my little Sunday school class. Ask, believe, receive. Ask, believe, receive. Start speaking life over yourself. Start speaking life over other people. Start speaking life over things. Start speaking life over so-called dead things in your life. Start speaking life, especially if it's something you want. Start speaking life over it. Stop speaking death. Stop letting your mind be programmed by the news and by World Star or any other thing that's not conducive to what you're trying to do. Stop letting family members and stop letting friends use your mind as their garbage dump. Stop that. As a matter of fact, if they're going to keep continue doing that, I submit to you, they're not a friend at all. They're an enemy. You need to align yourself with people who are about your purpose, who are about enforcing where you're trying to go. People who are encouraged, people who correct, people who challenge. And you need to do the same thing to them. You water others, you yourself are going to be watered. Get very serious about your words, ladies and gentlemen. Get very serious about your speech. Control your speech. Control your tongue. Use your tongue and use your words for yours and other people's benefit. Don't use it to kill or destroy. Don't do that, because ultimately, what you speak is going to come back to you. You speak life over other people, guess what? Life is going to come to you. You speak death over other people, death is going to come to you. But you know what? As powerful as that is, it's even more powerful when you speak the words over your own life, when your words are spoken over your life. Because you know what? You believe your voice. You believe your voice more than any other voices. You hear your voice more than any other voice. You can record yourself on your phone or on your smartphone, and you play it back, and it actually sounds funny to you. No, because you're really not used to really listening to how you speak. Why don't you just consider taking your phone and recording affirmations, recording good things that you want to happen, and play that over your Bluetooth in the car, play that over your Bluetooth in the home. It's so many ways you can discipline yourself to create a life that you want. It starts with you. It starts when you begin to change the way you speak. Change the way you speak. Change the way you speak will change the way you act. Change the way you act will change the results you've given. Changing the results will change your life. It's all a whirlwind effect. So I'm not gonna prolong this. I just want to get this out. I promised that manager that I would actually make this stream tonight, and it came out based upon what I was hearing her say, and talking to her. But I think so many other people need to hear this. My God, I need to hear it myself. I need to be reinforced myself. My words matter. Your words matter. They produce life or they produce death. There is no in between. You can't sit up here and say something and say, "Oh, I didn't mean to say that. No, I didn't mean that." Well, if you do make that mistake and say something you don't mean or you don't want, I didn't mean that. It's not good enough. You gotta renounce and replace. What I mean by renounce and replace. Well, the first part, I didn't mean to speak that negative word and call it out over my life or anyone else. Okay, and I don't want that to happen. That's the renouncing. Now you got to go to the replace. This is what I want to happen. This person, I want these good things to happen in their lives, and I want this to happen. I want them to be blessed, and I want them to have the desires of their heart, and I want them to be fruitful and abundant. That's what I mean by replace. But you especially have to monitor yourself. Monitor yourself. Don't let your thoughts just wander. Don't use your words carelessly, because I promise you, according to scripture, we will give an account for every word we spoke. That is a life altering statement that we're going to give an account for every word we spoke. And the accounting is actually starting right now. It starts now. Everything we say is going to come back to us. So with that in mind, let's just go ahead and speak life. Let's just go ahead and speak thankfulness and gratefulness. Let's go ahead and speak success, and let's go ahead and speak victory, and let's go ahead and stop speaking defeat and gloom and doom, and let's just stop complaining and stop whining and stop murmuring and stop all those things. Let's use our words to build, to uplift, to encourage. And the number one person we want to build and uplift and encourage is ourselves. Because if we're not built, uplift, and encourage, we can't build and uplift any other body. We can't do it. We can't do it. And even if we did it sincerely, we won't get any benefit from it, because we're all broken inside, and we're still going to be going back to the same patterns that brought us in the first place where we are. Your words have power. Never forget that. And if your words have power, the ability to change a situation or circumstance, the ability to impose your will, that's power. Let's use that. Let's use that with ourselves. And yes, and let's use our words for a force of good, and no longer for a force of evil. Hey, we appreciate your time. Thank you for coming in here. We know, and we ask that you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to really build this, and I really believe I have something to say, and I'm keeping the promises to myself I made with putting the YouTube channel together and start speaking and talking to people. I've had that spoken on my life for several years, so I'm finally doing it. So I'm definitely asking for your support. Like, share, please subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button, so when I do make videos, you'll be able to realize I'm on. And I appreciate you guys so much. Just go ahead and meditate on this, and let your words be your victory. Okay, have an awesome evening.